But another interesting thing about barn owls is the placement of their ears. Now most of us, your ear on one side and your ear on the other side are pretty much straight across from each other. They're exactly symmetrical on both sides of your head. With the barn owl, their ears, one of them's a little bit higher than the other. The other one on this side is a little bit lower. And the reason for that is it helps them to find their food by listening. It works like by triangulation. Have you ever heard of that? By the sound hitting one ear a little bit differently than the other ear, it helps them to figure out exactly where the sounds are coming from on the forest floor, like those little rodents and things that he might be going after to try to catch. So very intense hearing abilities by those barn owls. Now the other owl they're going to be bringing out here next is a lot different than that barn owl. This one is an owl you would have to travel to Central and South America in order to see. It's a rainforest species. You don't always think about owls when you think about the rainforest. But this next owl is one you could find in the rainforest of Central and South America. It's called a spectacled owl. And the spectacled owl is a pretty cool looking owl. Like I said, you don't always get a chance to see one of these type of owls. And when you look at his face, you'll maybe get an idea of how he gets his name. You look at that face, does it almost look like those white markings on his face? They almost look like glasses. And so whoever noticed these birds first in the wild saw this owl and thought it looked like he had markings like glasses on his face, so they named it a spectacled owl. Spectacles are just another name for glasses. And these owls do live in the rainforest. And because they live in the rainforest, they have a very wide variety of diet. They eat a lot of different things. They do eat little rodents like that other owl that was out here a second ago, like the barn owl, but they'll also eat things like lizards and frogs and snakes, maybe even bats. Some large insects probably would be on the menu for a bird like this. So they have a wide variety of things available to them for eating in the rainforest. Now we mentioned already about the hearing with that barn owl that was out here, but owls have some other amazing adaptations that help these birds survive, and that's how they are able to hunt so well at night. The most obvious thing when you look at this owl is what? What's the most obvious thing? What do you think? I couldn't hear it. When you look at his face, what's really big on his face? What do you think? His eyes, exactly. Those big eyes help this owl to see very well in the dark. Now they can see just fine during the day, just like we can, but at nighttime they can see much better than we can. Those big eyes help them to see very, very well. Another thing about those big eyes, though, they're so big that he cannot move his eyes in his head. You know, if you're looking forward and you want to look over there, you can just turn your eyes a little bit. You don't have to turn your whole head. Well, an owl cannot do that. They can't turn their eyes, but they can turn their head a lot further than we can. They can actually turn their head about 3/4 of the way around, and then they have to go back the other way. So they have very flexible necks. They actually have more bones in their neck than we do, which helps them to move so easily. They can see all around them, but they can't move their eyes. They can move their whole head in order to see stuff all around. Now, one other thing that owls, another adaptation that they have that help them to sneak up on their prey is very soft feathers. Those soft feathers help them fly quietly. And by flying quietly, they can sneak up on those little animals they may be trying to catch. And those animals won't know that owl is coming until it's too late, and he's already there on top of them. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed an opportunity to meet our birds a little bit more. By the way, this one's about 2 years old, so he's still kind of a young bird and learning a lot of different things around here. What we're going to do now is turn off the microphone, and you can come on up closer to get a closer look. You're welcome to take pictures, ask us any questions you may have. We do ask that you please don't try to come onto the stage, and please don't touch the owl because he gets a little nervous if you get too close to him. Otherwise, thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day here at Minnesota Zoo. Thanks a lot.